Good evening, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or wherever you are in this world. Thank you for joining us, for those who are joining us. Welcome to Menorca Consciousness Group and thetheatweb.com and to this live stream on Cosmic Lounge. So we're going to be doing some readings. Unfortunately, we was hoping to get over onto Veronica Jenkins, but I don't know, we've a little bit of hiccup there, so hopefully we'll still be able to get it on. Anyway, in the meantime, thanks for joining us. Robert, hi Robert, thanks for joining us. Francis, hello. Nice to have you both with us. So we're going to be doing some readings, live readings, hopefully, and a live chat and Q&A. We was going to do the Q&A afterwards, but it looks like we might just go with the flow. Christina's with us. Hi Christina, thanks for joining us. And Lynn, hi Lynn, Lynette, Lynn Boyd, hi Lynn. Perpetual Spiral, now then. Ruth, hi Ruth, thanks for joining. Dolores, hi Dolores, thank you so much. So how do we start I was going to say program, show. I don't like calling these things shows. Evelyn's with us. Hi Evelyn, thank you for joining us. Lovely to have you with us. If you've got any thoughts, any questions, please put them in the comments. Either your own thoughts, feel free, or if you've got any questions, fire away. We'll try and get through as much as we can. So I just want to say hello to Kay and Kim Princess. Hi Kim, thanks for joining us. And Kay, beautiful minds. Wow, we're blessed. So mediumship, let's just step into mediumship. We know there's a big change going on. I'm not going to waffle on too much. I'm just waiting for a few more and then we'll do some messages. Hi Rose, thanks for joining us. So mediumship and the change which is here. Interesting time of transition. I think the first thing is what I'd like to say, maybe convey as spirit are kind of drawing close, is the transition what's taking place. And everybody's just dealing with it, coping with it, ascending, expanding, whatever everybody's doing. I think the message what spirit are trying to convey is to try and enjoy it. They're trying to tell everybody, try and make it a path of joy and do it your way. Because obviously mediumship is vast across the planet at the minute. And there's a lot of people doing mediumship and they're doing it in their way. I always believe mediumship is unique to you and your guides and the way you work. And there's beauty in that. There's beauty in that diversity, if you like. If it was all clones, we'd all be bored within 24 hours. So the variations of mediumship. A lot of people will be saying, well, this is a way to do it. This is a correct way. That's the best way. This is the best way. And for a lot of people, that can get confusion. So what I would say to people is do it your way. Learn it your way. Go with the flow. The main thing is to do it. Not to, because when people are starting out, and I know a lot of you are not starting out, but a lot of people will, when they are starting out and halfway through it, they've still got the questions, the doubts, they've got an analysing mind. They get a piece of information from spirit and they sit there and start questioning and doubting it, etc., etc. These are just obstacles which the mind puts in the way. What I would like to say, and we're going to be looking at this, we've got a new mediumship course, and I'm not plugging them a new mediumship course. It's to do with mediumship. So, and we'll be looking at this aspect because it's not about analysing the message and the information. Once spirit is there, the key is just to give what we get. As long as we've prepared and we've linked with those from the lighter vibrations in the spirit plane, we can give what they give us. Okay, and just pass it straight on. So mediumship really is just do it. Do it. You can sit and analyze as long as as long as you wish. The key is just to do it. And doubt, just overcome it. Just move past the doubt. Any apprehension, any fear, any feelings, even people being intimidated by others in their spiritual space. And I say this positively because a lot of people can get slightly intimidated when you see a medium and they're firing away and they're giving beautiful information, beautiful evidence, etc. Don't Don't let that put you off. Your way is unique to you. And spirit absolutely love it. And that's the way they work with all of us. Okay. And then just step into evidential mediumship. It's not all about evidential mediumship. It's about handing it over to spirit, and spirit will lead the way. So, and of course, evidence is a big factor in there. But ultimately, the aspect about readings is our family and friends want to come around us and want to hold us and love us. That's the number one thing, is that bond between two souls, one on the airplane and one on the other side. And if they can manage to do that through the channel, through the medium, they're more than happy. So there's mental mediumship, there's psychic evidence, there's all sorts going on. When spirit's in and they're allowed to lead the way, there's just a complete, beautiful, it's like a cosmic dance. So that's just briefly an aspect which I wanted to touch upon. Anyway, so I'm going to say hello to Eloise Summerfield. Hello, Brenda. Thanks for joining us, Brenda. Lovely to have you with us. And Lindsay. Hi, Lynn. I still haven't got in touch with you. I'm sorry, Lynn. We need to get in touch and make this connection. Kay's here. And Jennifer Rose. Hi, Jennifer. Thank you so much. Lovely to have you with us, Jennifer. And I think we've got a talk. Have we got a talk coming up soon, Jennifer? I believe we have. So if anybody wants to jump on Cosmic Lounge and do a talk with us, please let us know, because we're going to be pushing Cosmic Lounge a lot more in the coming weeks and months. Okay. Katie, hi Katie. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm just going to read this. Kay, I took a break because I was ill and now having a hard time getting back to where I was. Any helpful? Okay. Kay, I took a break. You know, this is an interesting comment, to be honest, because I'm just going to put some things into perspective. It's so important. The thing about mediumship and working with spirit, channeling, trance, all of it, it's so important to keep our tank stocked up, to prepare our mind, prepare our energies, and constantly keep our tank stocked up. If not, obviously, it's like a car. We'll run out of petrol or gas, and we're no good to anybody, including ourselves. When we have got an illness and we've got to take time out, facing it is, and I hope you haven't done this, Kay, is not to have any guilt over that. Because obviously, clearly, spirit around us, sending us healing, helping us to recover and recuperate. Okay. And then when we step back into it, it's a bit like a train coming into a station. Before it arrived in the station, it was running quite smoothly along the tracks, going fairly well in its own form, and then it pulls into the tracks and it stays there. That's like having the brake. And then once all the passengers on board, as we know, and it pulls out, it starts its engines, starts pulling out of the station, and we know it takes time for that speed to pick up and that same kind of momentum until we get running again. And it's the same with us, Kate, all of us. It takes time just to build that momentum back up. So I don't want to say, and please don't think I don't want to come across as patronizing. Take your time. Don't beat yourself up over it, okay? And just gradually pick the pace up. I always say practice is amazing. You just got to practice. Don't matter where you can do it, practice, because it's like riding a bike. Just keep on the bike, keep going. And that's it. You can handle the energies. The interesting thing on top of this is energies around the planet. And we know there's the ascending energies or the energies of ascension. And we know we're opening up to other dimensions and realms, etc., energetically. So that there's a simplicity to it, but it can cause a little bit of what appears to be complications to our mediumship. A lot of people at the moment they're not questioning the mediumship, but they're experiencing changes to their mediumship. Interestingly enough, it's not a change to the mediumship, it's a change to the individual mind, because we're going through this transition and we're affected on all levels without, going through the levels. So once we've prepared ourselves and once we've got, quite a good tank full of energy, we can adapt more easily as these changes and transitions to our mediumship comes in. Because we've got to have that flexibility to change, kind of change gears at any given moment. So I would just say, have some patience, Kay. Keep going. Obviously, clearly, Spirit are with you. Okay. Talking about that, I know there's a gentleman coming around you, Kay, at the moment. He wants to be recognised to you, and he's tipping his hat to you. Okay. And he wants to say hello to you. I don't want to pick up on the illness because it's there in front of me, but obviously they've been around you helping. But he's kind of picking you up to get you to get the steam going again, because it's like I'm getting the impression you're not at full steam yet. Okay. But you will be, and he's confident, and he's very assertive, saying you will be. Tell her she'll get a steam picked up. Okay. And he's just showed me a cigarette out the side of his mouth. So somebody, whether him or somebody else in spirit, enjoyed his cigarettes, Kay. Okay. He's showing me a bookcase. There was something about a bookcase after somebody passed to the world of spirit, because now I saw an empty bookcase. Now I'm looking at books inside that bookcase. Okay. And there's something they give me the word reconciliation. Okay. Okay. So there's been some form of reconciliation going on, or there will be. Okay. And he's smiling about that. Okay. I've got a lady steps in, very clear, very strong, grandmother figure. And I can see her in the floral dresses and the apron on. So I know kind of what era she was from. It was post-war era. Okay. And the usual baking, cooking, cleaning, all that sort of style. Okay. And she brings so much love to you. Okay. Now then, she's talking about some jewelry, what you've got or what you did have. But she's talking also about recent days visiting a certain shop. She came to a certain, or you went to a certain shop and she was with you. Okay. Okay. And she's smiling. She's laughing about it. I don't know why she's laughing. You two probably know why. But you need to put your feet up, she's saying as well. Just tell her to put her feet up, Colin. Okay. And she's put her hand on her heart. Okay. That's it. Okay. Grandma. Yeah. Energy levels low. That fits. Perfect. Okay. Okay. The steam, you're still building steam. So please, it's not so much take it easy. Take it easy. Still do what you can, but rest when you can. Okay. I want the name Tom or Thomas calling out. And I know there's an Albert going back sometime. Okay. Okay. From the Albert, they've just tripped over to a naval connection because I can see a Navy ship. I can see the battleship Grey on this naval ship. Okay. Now they're showing me a calendar and they're going, we're not going to go through the list. Just have to fix that. Yeah, that's right. That's probably why she's laughing then, Kay. There was something amusing about it. Anyway, showing me a calendar. So no, I'm either on top of a birthday in the coming days, but the same. It's pointless going through all the names, Colin, because there's that many on the calendar. Okay. She's giving you the colour blue. All of a sudden, she's brought the colour blue in. So I know there's something connected to the blue around you at the minute, Kay. I'm looking at a wall, so I don't know whether there's something, whether it's the wallpaper, but they're showing me clearly the blue. And now she's also showing me upstairs in one of the dresser drawers, I'm seeing a old kind of jewelry box style. Okay. I'm going to pull back, Kate. Thank you so much for joining us. Please take all their love. Just as I am pulling back, I want a gentleman what comes in very strong to you, and he's saying he misses you as much as you miss him. Okay. And behind him is a spiritual guide. So I know they're telling me there's a question of spiritual guides going on around you, Kay. Okay. The guides are there and they're going to show themselves a bit more because it's needed. Okay. So please, in your dreams, just keep an eye on your dreams. And don't doubt them so much. I love that picture you've got on there. Actually, I just spotted that picture. Kay, thank you so much. Brilliant stuff. Okay. Thank you so much, Kay. So I just want to say hello to everybody. We're going to go back here. Let's have a look. Oof. Okay. Sorry, just please bear with me. I'm able to get a few things again. Takes a minute. Right. So Evelyn, hi Evelyn, Ascending Universal Butterfly. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us. Annie, hi Annie. Looking forward to our next chat, Annie. Brilliant stuff. If you didn't see last time, me and Annie had a live on the Cosmic Lounge. Annie lays in his brilliant mind. So please check him out. Jamie and Lynn. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Shaz. Lots of love to you, Shaz. Thanks for joining us. Sorry, I don't even know whether I'm going to be able to keep up with this. With Presh Pandey. Hello, Presh. Thank you for joining us. Goody, Rose Sullivan. I'm just going to take my time to read this, if that's okay. Rose Sullivan. I was doing charity readings today, felt less confident than usual. Somewhere asking for particular people and information that Spirit were unwilling to give answers to. Was it my link that was weak or something else? Okay. Rose, this is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We can't determine who and who will not come through from Spirit. So please don't let anybody put you on the spot. Nothing we can do about it. If Spirit's in and they want to answer that question, that specific question, or if a person wants a specific soul, family member, etc., to come through, and they do, wonderful. If not, nothing any of us can do. Okay? We this is not Spirit to order. This isn't a supermarket. Okay? It's we have to just open up and allow Spirit to guide and come in, and whoever comes through, they're the ones we know wish to come through, and there's a reason why they come through. Okay, it's that classic case. We get what we need, not always what we want, or in some instances, we get what we need, and we can debate about what we want with Spirit. Okay, so please don't fall into that trap, and just keeping the compassion. And when people are saying, I want such and such to come through, I want such and such, just politely just say, if they come through, they come through. If not, that's the way it is. Okay. Spiritualism is going in a little direction. Yeah, I'm not going to open it up too much, but Spirit is not a business. We're not here to sell Spirit. They're not available. If anything, we're their clients. This business of this materialistic format, what's coming into spiritualism at the minute, is going to be stamped upon, I think, in the coming years. Spiritualism is not materialism. They're two different things. Okay, we've got to get the balance. But this is only my opinion, please. I've never referred to any person I've given reading to as a client. That comes from the materialistic 3D world. So that's my opinion. Everybody does what they do. Well, I'm just speaking for myself. So Rose, so let's have a look. I want to finish out where particular people information. Okay, that Spirit we're unwilling to give answers to. That's the second part of the question, Rose. It's not that Spirit unwilling to give the answers to. It's whether the individual is ready to receive the answers, and we can only get what we receive according to our consciousness. We know we've got limitations on our mind, so some things we can't handle. Sometimes we've got to look at who we actually are, our mind, our emotions, and what we can and can't handle. Spirit see it clearly. If we see 10 things, Spirit will see 50 things. So they'll just go, no, at this moment, can't answer that question. That can be, well, genuinely, it's related to karma as well. If our karma is correct, then we can receive the answer. If it's not, we can't. And nature is determining all this, so which is even beyond Spirit. So interesting, Rose. Keep going. Beautiful stuff. So Louise Blackford, anything for me? Hi, Louise. Thank you so much for joining me. Hopefully, I'm going to get back to you. Kellyanne Washino. Is that Washino? Hi, Kelly. Thanks for joining us. Wow. Elaine Stonehouse. Thank you. Lovely to have you. Marcus is here. Happy birthday. Oops. Hi, Marcus. Thank you. Alison's here. Hi, Alison. Brilliant stuff. Maria Capola. So please check out Marcus Farry. Is kind of starting to fly now, which is brilliant news, Marcus. So thank you so much for joining us. Isabel. Okay, I think I'm just going to jump on and start steaming into some messages, if that's okay. Irene Carter, Mel McConnell, Victoria, Australia. Yay, Australia. Aussie. Hi, Mel. Thanks for joining us. What time is it over there, Mel? Is it? Whoa, hang on, you're in front of us. Irene Carter, Irene. Hi, Irene. Linda Owen. Bernadette. Hi, Bernadette. Thanks for joining us. Rebecca. Hi, Rebecca. Thank you for joining us. Pauline. Okay. So I'll catch up later with everybody else. Jenny and Irene. Oh, I think I've managed to get through most. Right then, guys, let's have a look. So we're going to go to, I think it was, if you bear with me, please. Let me just find her. We're going to go to Evelyn. Okay. Hi, Evelyn. Hope you're still with us. Okay, Evelyn. So I've got a gentleman stepping forward, very strong. It's giving me a. Now then, I'm going to say I like it how people we get ribbed for doing this. Ribbed, actually. I've got a condition in my chest, and the showing me starting to take me inside to the condition, and it's connected to what I'm looking at is like a valve on my heart. Okay, well, it's not mine. Somebody else's. I hope it's not mine. So I know there was somebody who's now in the spirit world when there was alive. They had a condition around the heart, and it was connected to the valve or a valve. Okay, and as I'm seeing them taking their transition, I can see a person trying to rush there to get there to meet them before the pass. But unfortunately, somebody didn't make it before this gentleman passed. Would you understand all this, Evelyn? Thank you. I'm so pleased you're still here. Sorry, I need to cough. And yes, thank you, Evelyn, because I want Fred Astaire, and I'm dancing. Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers is just blasting in my mind. So I know there's a strong connection to dancing and tap dancing. Okay, so I want to expand on it from tap dancing to a bit broader field dancing. So I know somebody has got a big love of dancing. Okay, and your dad's saying this to you, Evelyn. Put your dancing shoes on. Okay, and brilliant. Thank you, Evelyn. And it's like, put your dancing shoes on, okay, and be the best version of you can be, okay, without putting yourself under pressure. There's a lot of pressure out there at the minute in the spiritual space. Everybody's got to perform and all this. Like, it's absolute rubbish. We don't need to do things like that. Spirit don't want that. Just be the best version of you, but be at peace, Evelyn. It wants you, he's bringing you lots and lots of peace. And he's just taking he's shown me his watch on his wrist, his silver watch with it, and it's elasticated wrist, elasticated band, strap. Okay. I feel happy enough today. Go for it, Evelyn. Go for it. We should just do one big Zoom meeting, shouldn't we? And everybody starts dancing on Zoom. So with spirit. And I've got this watch, and he's showing me it's silver color. It's silver in color, and it's flexible. The band is flexible, and he's taken it off, and he's handed it to you or somebody in the family, Evelyn. Okay, so I know somebody had your dad's watch. Okay, I feel peaceful first time in ages. I can't even say anything to that. It's just joyful to us, things like this, Evelyn. Okay, now then, for some reason, he's bringing you lots of veg and greenery. Okay, so I know many years ago, they're talking about many years ago, there was always greenery on the plates. Okay, for the health, it's just natural, and that's what they're bringing back in. And let's have a look. The greenery. So it's all connected to your diet and people around you, but it's also memories because they've taken me out. I'm looking at some land where somebody, I don't understand that word. Sorry, Evelyn. Or never. I've got some land. I'm looking at some land and I'm seeing potatoes, greenery, etc. Okay. So they're just bringing all this love and this energy into you, Evelyn. Okay. And again, somebody wore a hat religiously. You would know. I need more greenery. We'll go on now. Yes, that's what was taking me back for the memory. Or nephew. Thank you. Somebody in the family. I've got it, Evelyn. But somebody loved being in that garden. Okay. Now, just before I pull back, there's an issue with somebody's legs, especially around the thighs, because I've got aching on my thighs. Okay. Now, I know somebody in spirit also had this condition, but they're talking about either you or somebody. It's your dad's hat. Yeah, religiously. Love it. And they're bringing you healing, Evelyn, because I feel like you need, no, I don't feel like, they're telling me it's on your legs. Okay. And not to worry. Keep smiling. The important message here, Evelyn, is not to worry. Keep that peace, what you've just referred to. And I've got to say, love you and lots from all of them in the world of spirit. Okay. And move on. So somebody got somebody's glasses as well. So, Louise Blackford, please let us know that you're with us, and I can fire away. Louise, are you with us, Louise? Louise. So, please type as quickly as you can. Yeah, thanks. I'd say yes, no more. There. Thank you so much, Evelyn. Okay, that's why they were strongly around you then. Still here. I think she's still. Yes. Hi, Louise. Now then. Oh, Louise, I'm not choked up, but I feel like I can't get my words out at this minute. This is you. They're telling me she can't get her words out. She's trying to express herself, Colin. She's trying to say what she wants clearly. It's like they're going to help you find your voice, Louise, okay? Because they're telling me you've been holding back and holding back and holding back. I've just seen I'm going to not forget the younger person. I've just seen somebody in spirit show me a sports shirt. I nearly said football shirt, but I'm going to say sports shirt because it could have been football or rugby or something like that. Okay. And I know there's memories around for that person who is in the world of spirit. Okay. And it looks like a striped shirt. But let's go back to the words because it's like I want to be able to communicate more. Do you understand, Louise? This is you. And spirit are going to help loosen your throat chakra up. Okay. What you can do is think of the color blue around your throat internally, just a nice, beautiful blue. And it'll start clearing things. You'll feel yourself swallow just by thinking about it. That's a sign it works. So, and then what blue does, it gives us clarity. And blue is connected to the emotions as well. So then you'll be able to express your emotions clearly. Okay. Otherwise, it's all just going to come out and you're like, bleh, and it's like, so they're trying to avoid it, and then you're trying to avoid it. That's why you're holding back. Sorry. Definitely, Louise, Spirit's opening a brand new door for you. Okay, 100%. So at the moment, what you're feeling, what they're telling me is you're aware of a change around you at this moment in the nature of your transitioning with Spirit. Okay, to the next phase. Now, some people say timelines, etc. God knows how many timelines there are. I put them down to frequencies. So you move into the next frequency. Okay. And please, whatever you do, they really, really want to kind of give you the confidence and support and encouragement to say to you, you can do this. You can do it a lot more than what you give yourself recognition for, Louise. Okay. Because I'm seeing them lay cards out, but the cards are just the prop, as we know. And from there, it's a stepping stone, it's a bridge. Because you matter as well, they're saying, Colin, tell her she matters as well. We want her out there. There's a lot of people still need to hear from us in the world of spirit. So you've got your role to play as well, Louise. Okay. So please don't doubt it, they're saying. Tell her not to doubt it. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Transition over last year. And it's and just embrace it. Embrace it. Do you know what? Somebody's got a dentist appointment because my teeth nearly fell out and I haven't got false teeth. Right. I've got somebody. There's a gentleman with a lady just stepped forward. I want the name Mary as well, please. And I want Margaret connected in the world of spirit. Don't put them together, Louise. I've got Mary. I've got Margaret. I want a Bill or William. Okay. And one of them wants to really build up and say, I'm here. Just tell her, I'm here. I'm here. Okay. And all they're bringing is lots of laughter. I want Scottish connections, but I also want Irish because, again, my Scottish 5 minutes ago. Now I want Irish. So I don't know whether you've been visiting, whatever's going on with that. Take it as it is, Louise. Main thing is your voice. Your voice has the right to be heard according to the spirit world, according to these people in the light. Okay. And your guide is nodding to you because you've been asking your guide a question and he's nodding, Louise. Bye-bye. I'm leaving you with that one. I love how they just come in at the last minute. It's lovely to have you with us, Louise. Thank you so much. Right, let's go back. Michelle Oliver. Hi, Michelle. Are you still with us? Yes, no, thank you, don't know. Michelle Oliver. Let's have a look. Michelle. Let's have a look. I'm just going to pause till Michelle comes up. If not, we're just going to fire away with others. Michelle will be typing, yes, I'm here, quick. Okay. I don't normally pause for people, but on this one, for some reason, they're getting me too. Everybody's staring into space, and they're waiting. Michelle Oliver, are you still with us? Please say yes. Type into it. If not, I'm going to have to move on. I hate keeping people waiting. Okay, I'll come back to you. Pauline Lynn Taylor. Hi, Pauline. Are you still with us, Pauline? Hopefully you are. Let's have a look. I can't go forward unless I've got that. Yes, that you're still present. Okay, if not, we're going to have to move on again. Sorry. Let's have a look. Either Michelle Oliver or Pauline Lynn. I can't see that name coming up. Oops. Yeah, okay then. Doesn't matter. Let's fire away somewhere else. Do you know what? While we're waiting, let's have a look at this question from Francis. I have a question. I am seeing a growing number of supposedly awake people in this. Where we go? Thank you. Francis, thank you for this question, Francis. I have a question. I am seeing a growing number of supposedly awake people in the spiritual community refer to some people as NPCs, non-playing characters, in a derogatory way, inferring that they have no purpose or role to play in humanity's ascension. I personally believe that every human incarnation is special and important. No one is more important than another. We all are. Therefore, every person incarnated now has a role to play in the ascension. We are all this in this together. Keep going. Francis, is there a question to this? Where's the question? You said you've got a question. Wait, put the second half up if you can, Francis. Because I'm agreeing with what you're saying at the moment. Let's have a look. I'm so sorry about this. Okay. Kim Princess, I'm going to come to Kim. Kim, are you still with us? Please let us know. Pauline, she's here. Hi, Pauline. Oof, thank you so much. I'm so pleased you stepped in. Now then, Pauline, I've got a most beautiful, magical lady here. Okay. I feel very strong. It's your mum. Okay. If I've got it wrong, I apologize, but I've got a motherly present, a very strong motherly present, and she's excited. She's buzzing that she's getting through. Okay. And she's talking about some art or a picture of her hanging somewhere, or it was hanging somewhere. Okay. I hope this makes sense to you, Pauline. Now then, I also want somebody, there's a memory for some reason. I'm just going to give you what I've got, Pauline. Please place it where you can place it. I've also got a feeling sensation placed on me where I'm in a wheelchair. So you knew somebody previously, they're now in spirit, what was in a wheelchair. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually know somebody else who's still alive, who maybe not permanently in a wheelchair, but sometimes has to use one. Would you understand this, Pauline? Okay. And all I'm seeing is a big tick. So they're telling me you've been pondering over something, like you're pondering over your next move, Pauline. Okay. But you've already had a thought about what you would like to do. And all I'm saying to you from spirit is the answer is yes, go for it. Okay. I also know that there's somebody around you who's got a slight issue with the lower legs and the feet, because they're putting a sensation on me where I just need a little bit of healing down on my lower legs and around my feet. Okay. Because I can feel my feet starting to swell up. Okay. Spirit of bringing healing around that condition, Pauline. Thank you. Spirit of bringing the healing around it. Okay. I want somebody who looked over the glasses at people when they was on the airplane. They were sitting in a certain chair and somebody would come in and be talking and look over the glasses. And sometimes wouldn't even bother moving the glasses, just look over them. Okay. And then go back to reading the newspapers. All right. Jungle Book. I've got the song from Zippity Doo Dah. I've got the song from Jungle Book. Okay. And it's kind of uplifting energy, Pauline. So they're bringing this uplifting energy around you. Now then, it's funny, they keep going, Taylor, the name Taylor, Taylor. They keep talking about your surname, Taylor. Okay. And there's a smile and a bit of laughter about it. All right. So I don't know whether it belonged to you or whether you've kind of adopted it, but there's somebody in spirit smiling about it. I've got a gentleman here, which I believe may have been your father-in-law. Okay. If not, then he was very, very close to you. And he's coming on my left. They've been coming on my right, but they're coming on my left now. And he's just come over to you and put his arm around you and saying, we had such a good relationship, Colin, and I'm just let her know that I've still come around her. Okay. And there's a lot of respect for you, Pauline. Okay. Things will settle because there's just something going on, chest, stomach area, energy's moving. They're going, tell her we're going to settle that energy down for her. Okay. And I want to, it's not a sickly feeling, but it's not settled. Okay. I've got a little bit of movement going on in my chest and my stomach and that kind of area, Pauline. And they're not going to say what condition it is. They're just saying that they're going to settle it. I'm looking at a door number, what appears to be number 12, because they've just taken me to a door in a street. It's the front door, and it looks like the number 12. Okay. If I've got it wrong, it's a different number than 2. It's 1 something because it flew in very fast. Okay. I want a birthday anniversary what's just gone. I know somebody religiously would have a bet on the Grand National, and just leave the rest of it for the rest of the year. But there would be somebody else who did have a flutter now and again, Pauline. Okay. So the message is, please, whatever you do, keep looking forward. Okay. That's why we're facing forward. And they're aware that spirit around you because you can get the smells coming in around you. Okay. And I'm going to say lots of love to you. And thank you so much, Pauline. Thank you so much. Thank you. Lovely to have you with us. Kim, I was going to go to Kim, wasn't I? Hi, Kim. Still with us, Kim? Yeah, she's still here. I'm just going to keep talking because Kim's here. Right, best foot forward. I've got a gentleman coming in, Kim, saying best foot forward. Okay. And it's like, now I know you do mediumship, but I've got all these different things in front of me. Hi, Kim. Lovely to have you with us. I've got all these different aspects in front of me, Kim, and this is you. Spirit's just gone here. There's all these different, and it's almost like you're speed learning. They want you to pick it up as much as you possibly can, as far as spiritual teachings are concerned, and keep like pushing you out there. All right. And it's almost like they want you to be not a force to be reckoned with. I'm seeing the bow of a ship plowing through the water and leaving everything in its wake. Okay. And this is exactly what you've picked. You've come here to do exactly this, Kim, to just go straight on, unstoppable. Okay. And at the same time, it's like you'll pause when you're ready. Okay. And I can see you for some reason, as that pause has come, it's like I'm looking at Arizona or Sedona and the mountains of that area of America or hillsides. Okay. So I know there's been talk or thoughts of going somewhere at a certain point, Kim. All right. And they're smiling. Spirit is smiling over it. There's somebody around you. I want to give you a court jester. But I also want the court jester in spirit because he keeps bringing laughter around you. So there'll be times when you'll just start laughing for no reason, or you'll have the thought and feel humorous inside you. Okay. It's this guide when he comes in, then he'll be gone. And he might not come for 6 months or 8 months or whatever, or 3 months, doesn't matter. And then he'll come back and you'll feel it and you go, what on earth is this all about? Okay. They're opening that door to your guides as well, Kim. Okay. And they've just said, leave it at that, Colin. Don't say any more about it. Okay. So they're opening that door to your guides. And final thing, there's a small, I want to call it puppy. There's a small puppy dog just come over to you, Kim. Okay. And that puppy dog connects to somebody in the world of spirit, to you as well. All right. And I've got to say, love you lots from spirit. And I've got to move on. Thank you so much, Kim. Yes. Love it. Okay. So there was one earlier, which I've got to catch. Okay. We're done. Yep. Alison, I'm going to come to Alison Hill. Alison, hello, Alison. Are you still with us? Let us know you're with us. Quick type. Thank you, Kim. Alison, I've got Bob Marley's song, No Woman, No Cry. Okay. So I'm going to keep going because you're likely still listening and then you'll pick it up anyway. So no woman, Bob Marley, no woman, no cry. And so it means 2 things. Change and transformation and release, but it also, if talking about release, it's funny this because I'm considering spirit pushing me to do the letting go process shortly. So that's on the cards for some reason. I'm not talking about letting go, release. So, and it's like release and transformation, but change and transformation. But I also want talk of a holiday, because I've got Bob Marley, and all of a sudden they showed me the Caribbean. Now, I don't know whether you've ever been to the Caribbean, but it represents beach. Could be anywhere in the world, Alison. Don't have to be the Caribbean. A beach, sand, and sun. Again, I'm just relaxed and I'm calm. Okay. And I just want to breathe. Somebody's saying, just tell her to breathe, Colin. She needs just to breathe. Oh, they're even getting me to do it. Talk about getting animated. Okay. It will kick in at some point, they're saying. Okay, you have been. Good. Because I could clearly see they took me straight down there. Okay. When I say down there, it's like into that part of the world and continent, on that South American continent or Central America, wherever it is these days. Okay. And writing, please take notes and write things down, Alison. Okay. Regarding spiritual matters. All right. I've just got so much upliftment coming for you, Alison. There's a gentleman here and he's picking you up and he's getting you above everything. And I'm like feeling alive. Okay. And he's going, I'm not stopping, Colin. I'm not stopping. Okay. And tell her to stop rushing. She's got plenty of time. She's got plenty of time. He had a scar on his face or his arm somewhere. Okay. Or he's talking about a scar. What you would remember. Right. And it's like, I want time off the TV, away from the TV. No, sorry, I've got it wrong. He would have loved the TV. He'd be glued to the TV. Okay. And he's going, just tell her to detach sometimes, Colin. Detach from everything and everyone. Okay. And that's it. Lots of love to you, Alison. That was short and sweet, wasn't it? Don't know what happened there. Jennifer Rose. Jennifer. I thought Jennifer's going to go, no, it's okay, Colin. Don't come to me. Jennifer. You should be listening. Hopefully, I know you're still listening in. Okay, so I've got somebody. Thank you, Alison. Lovely to see you. Yes. Jennifer Rose. Hi, Jennifer. It's okay. I've spotted the hi. Thank you so much. Lovely to have you with us. Now then, I am as I'm sitting here now, I'm feeling spirit stepping very strong, and it's almost as if they want to elevate my mind and get it to ascend, okay, almost out the body, but not quite, okay. And I want to speak. They want to speak from that frequency, Jennifer, to you, okay. And all I can say to you is what I'm watching is all the homework has been done now. All the foundation, all the homework. You've built such a beautiful structure as the second phase onto that foundation. And that structure now is really strong. Okay. And now there's a third level going to be coming in, Jennifer. Okay. I can only imagine what that is. I'm going to say this because as I'm looking at that third phase, all I'm seeing is the angelic realms. I'm not seeing anything else. I can see outside the angelic realms into the cosmic realms and cosmic beings, but they're going, let's just close this down a little bit, Colin. We want the angelic realms. We wanted to grab the angelic realms. Okay. So there's this ascending aspect, Jennifer, and they're going to put you in a position or location or environment where that's going to happen. Okay. You're feeling shift. Beautiful. So, guys, I'm sorry, I'm just going to... No, we'll come back to that in a minute. So, at the minute, Jennifer, all I'm seeing is everything is about the angelic energies. Okay? And it's almost like, if I'm you, I'm ready to trip those frequencies. I'm ready to trip the light fantastic, as we say, me and you. Okay? But I'm also in a semi-trance state. As I'm sitting here, I could quite easily drop off and go into the trance state. They're half in and half out. Okay. And the question is, do I let them come in fully or not? And this is you. All right. And I know you absolutely love it. So I don't think there's going to be any choice in the end, Jennifer. You're just going to let go and let it happen. Okay. This is absolutely beautiful energy and light, so light and so pure. So I'm just going to do some advertising here, because for those that don't know Jennifer Rose, please get over to her site. There you go. Channeling the angels of light, of course. So please check out Jennifer Rose. She's doing absolutely beautiful, amazing stuff. Not just in America, but around the world. So, and she just walks with such grace. So thank you so much from the spirit world, Jennifer. They want to say thank you. Okay, it's not often to do this publicly, but they want to say thank you, a huge thank you. And this guide, as I'm looking up to him here to my right, is just standing there, very tall, very, I'm going to say white. All I'm seeing is white. Okay. We can easily say it's a white light, but it's showing me a certain form, and the form is white, but it's tall. He's going, I'm tall, Colin. You can see I am tall. And he said, we're taking her to other realms and dimensions soon, tell her. So tell her to be ready. Oh. Okay, Jennifer, thank you so much. I love you loads. Thank you so much. And I look forward to our next chat. Yes. Brilliant stuff. Guys, I hope you're still enjoying it. Let's have this. I'm going to do some quick, very short one. Mel McConnell from Aussie, Australia. Hi, Mel. Are you still with us, Mel? Jennifer, you're so welcome. There's so much I want to say. I'm not saying it. Absolutely beautiful. Mel McConnell. Mel, come on, Mel. Are you still with us? Okay, I'm going to go to pause. There's just pause. Come on, Mel. Okay, right. I'm switching off. Irene Carter. Irene. Hello, Irene. Oh, there you go. Fingers crossed you get drawn to me, Colin. Irene. Hoping to be joins me. Now then, Wolf, I've got such an inspiration coming for you, Irene. Okay, from the world of spirit. It's like there's several people, but specifically, I want to say, at the moment, there's several guides coming around you. Okay, because it's required. They're not allowing me to say who they are. All I can say is that they are around you. There's so much energy moving around you, Irene. Okay. And I want to say to you, it's part activated, but part preparation as well. Okay. I'm going to throw in certain beings from other dimensions. That's what they want you to know. Okay. Or confirm that what you're thinking is correct. Okay. And I don't know why they've just given me, they've just put a lollipop in your mouth. Okay. So somebody used to like lollipops. Okay. Right. In fact, it's made me want a lollipop now. And smoke. All I can smell is smoke. So I know you get odors coming in around you where you are. Okay. And they're telling me you pick things up of people naturally when you're out and about. Okay. Your sense of your psychic ability, psychic faculty, and sense of intuition is quite sharp, they're saying. Okay. Let's have a look. I've got writing around you, but I'm tempted. It's almost as if there's that much writing, it could lean in towards a book, Irene. Okay. So I think you should be, what I'm picking up here is you should be sharing your thoughts, sharing whatever you write, okay, with others. And all of a sudden, they've put my mind onto Facebook, and I'm seeing some of the stuff you've written. Okay. Now then, can I say to you also, from the gentleman in the world of spirit, Irene, who I know is telling me you deeply miss him. Okay. It's time to close the door on an old chapter. Okay. It's funny, isn't it? Because we never forget stuff, but we can close the door in order to move forward. Okay. And the clarity will expand even. Been right a lot. The clarity is going to get. This is going to be interesting. There you go. You're thinking about writing a book. Just go for it, Irene. You will bring so much joy to so many people. Okay. The clarity will get clearer. That's the one. Okay. Empath and psychic. That's the one. That is the one what I wanted, Irene. Is the man. Stays standing on my right patiently. Yep. And he's going, I tell her I miss her as much as she misses me, Colin. I know how much she's missing me. Okay. Right. Now, I don't know what happened at the end, at the moment, but what I do know, he had a lot of strength in his body when he was younger. And he's putting that strength back up onto me. And he's going, I'm transferring it over to her, Colin. Okay. Now, I do know that he's showing me a photograph. This is beautiful. One was kept in a wallet and another one was kept in a purse. So I know there was 2 photographs carried, okay, on people's being. And as I'm saying that, he's pointing to you. And you've got something on you what connects you to him right now, Irene, because he's going, she's got it, Colin. She's got it now on her. Okay. Bless, I'm so sorry to hear this, Irene. Okay. He loves you so much. He just absolutely loves you. Okay. Please say hello to him from him. Okay. He's putting a tie on for some reason. He's putting a tie and he's not comfortable in that tie. He's going, Colin, it's almost choking me around the neck. Okay. So, and he would do anything to be with you and around you at this moment physically. Okay. And he said, I know I can't. So I'm there as much as I can be, Colin. Okay. And I'm watching what's going on and I'm listening to the conversations. And he said, and I'm not judging anything. There's no judgment in the world of spirit. Judgment on the earth plane is a myth. Okay. So it definitely doesn't occur in the world of spirit. Please, whatever you do, there's an apology tattoo. I didn't like to say tattoos because I can see the picture. I've lost track what he was saying. It's gone. It's gone. There was a sit. Right. Thank you. He's telling me you remember the specific time, Irene. And I believe potentially that in that time, what you remember, one of the numbers 5 is connected to it. Okay. Might have been 205. I don't know. I don't even want to say, but there's a 5 connected in that number. Okay. I put a tie on him for his wake. Thank you. Thank you. That's what I wanted. And he was going, oh my goodness, Colin. But he appreciates he's laughing. Okay. Because I could feel the uncomfortability of it around my neck when he was putting it on me. Right. Please, Irene. Oh, don't tell me that. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I've got to say this to you then, Irene, because he couldn't get those words out. You know, he couldn't speak at the end. He couldn't get these words out. Well, these words from him to you now in this moment is, I love you. And he's just jumped for joy. He said, yes, I finally managed to say it. There you go, 145. And he's just said, he's just jumping for joy, Irene, because he's been wanting to say those words since he went over to the other side. And he went, and he wants you to know, you've been asking and asking, like a lot of people do, what is it really like over there? And he's just standing here with me at this minute and going, beyond any words. The beauty is beyond any human words. It's unimaginable to the human mind. If the human mind transcends high enough to get close to that light, then that's the moment they'll understand. But to completely understand, it's unimaginable. And he said, and he's just saying to me, you had I don't want to say an agreement, but there was a part agreement that if one or the other went first, something would be spoken. Okay. And what he's given me with that is a word time, something to do with time. Irene, thank you so much for allowing me to come bring him through. It's absolute pleasure and so humbling. You've got such a beautiful love inside you. I don't know yet. I don't know how it works, but I know what he's putting on me, and he wants you to know you've got such a beautiful love inside you. It's priceless. It's priceless, and you've brought him so much joy, and especially by coming here tonight to be on here. Thank you so much. Yeah, don't ever stop talking about him. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, time is something we don't get back. Thank you so much, Irene. And thank this gentleman. Absolutely beautiful stuff. So, sorry, I've got to move on. How beautiful. So, Austin Charles, if I can go to Austin Charles. Austin's just jumped out. Austin, sorry, I'm just changing frequencies, Austin. Nice to have you with us. Let's say that. Let's see if we can kickstart that off. Hopefully you're still with us, Austin. Please let us know that you're still here. So we're going to be closing just in the meantime. We're going to be closing some of the readings down as such, and then we're going to be going into a chat and question and answer if you want. So if people want to stay with us, you're more than welcome to. Is here, Austin. Thank you, Austin. Now then, Wolf. Okay, Austin. I've got a condition just placed upon me, and it's as if I've gone. What? Sorry, please bear with me. I'm just adjusting to this energy. Right, this is you sometimes. Okay, I've got spirit here quite strong. Okay, and I'm surrounded by spiritual guides. What's connecting with you, Austin? Okay, and there's been an occasion on your journey where I don't want to use the word. No, so I can't use the word. There's been an event, okay, which really opened you up, which really opened your eyes and your energies, okay? And it felt like it was like quite a profound event, okay? And it's almost as if you've never been the same since. You've changed that. You got changed at that point, okay? Now, hopefully that's making sense to you, Austin. Now then, from that, there's been a big unfoldment take place to you yourself personally, okay? And Spirit is telling me there's also been an effect upon the immediate area around you. Now, I know this sounds very ambiguous, but it's very simple, and I want to keep it simple, okay? I've got a gentleman, and he's reading a newspaper, and he's saying to me, sometimes, just sometimes, things are black and white. And this is how you like to keep things, Austin. You like to keep them. I'm not saying you're a black and white person, because we know not everything is black and white. But in some instances, what he's referring to is some things are black and white. It's either logical or it's not. And you've got this mind, what comes upon you, where, and the key word is simple. You like to keep things simple, okay? And they're telling me, if things get too complicated around him, he's just going to switch off and walk away, Colin. Sorry, I need to cough. Would you understand all this, Austin? Thank you. And they don't want you to lose this mind. They want you to protect this way of thinking, because in a world of chaos, people need simplicity and simple answers, okay? And you can provide them to some people with your logic, okay? Personally, I love the logical side of us as much as the emotional side, because the logic is just the simple mathematician. It's easy as that. It's almost, the logic is like the data bank of our awareness. Now then, these guides are coming around you, Austin, and there's what they're telling me is you've got a little bit of trepidation about moving into certain areas and doing certain things, which I believe is not just spiritually, but on the material plane. And what they're saying is, Colin, we're encouraging him. We're not going to interfere with his free will. We can't do that. And it's his choice, because it will be his destiny and his karma, like it is for all of us. Okay. But what we can say is, whichever path you take, we will support you. And this is what they're saying to you, Austin. Okay. whichever path you take, they will still be there and they will still support you, okay, and give you that encouragement. All of a sudden from that, I've just seen a boat floating on the water. So I know it looks like I'm in the North Sea and connected to a fishing boat, or there's a boat there. That's all I'm seeing, okay? So there's a connection with yourself and water to somebody in spirit, what connects to water in that respect, Austin. Right. Now what I'm after, what I'm sensing from spirit is a regimented mindset. So I know somebody in the world of spirit was quite regimented, okay? And the tightness is coming around me. The tightness of that mind was coming around me. And he's saying it was needed during them days, Colin. It's no longer needed now. We can relax. We can drop the pressure off our shoulders and just breathe a little bit and just relax and just start to let life be what it is and go with the flow. The worst thing we can do as a individual or collective on this planet is try to control things. It gets us into trouble every time. We must blend with nature. Nature knows best, but we are nature. So therefore we actually know best. Okay. Don't know why this is coming out, Austin. Maybe it's just some kind of philosophical aspect for you to look at. Now then, just before somebody pulls back or before they do pull back, a lady's just opened a photo album. Okay. Now, I believe somebody's had that photo album or a photo album in their hands in the last week or so. Okay. Looking back at the memories and the times gone by. Okay. And she just closed that photo album, put it to one side, and she's going, it's time for action now, Austin. The time for thinking, analyzing, etc. What's the word? Procrastinations. It's now gone. It's time for action. So I'm going to leave that with you, Austin. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope it makes sense. I like this energy, Austin. I like them guys, what you've got around you. Sorry. Not sorry, so to speak. Okay. Bernadette Connolly. You see, they're getting me tongue-tied. Bernadette, they want you to get somewhere where you can sit in front of spirit and talk to spirit, okay? And I've got to leave you with that. Jessica Garcia. Jessica, all I can see is rainbows around you, Jessica, okay? Use the colors. Breathe all the colors in. The chakras, the stars, merge with all of it. You've got something special going on with you, Jessica, okay? Please blend with all the energies you wish to. It's all light. Jessica, it's light. Spirit is just saying, tell her, Colin, emphasize it. It's light, it's light, it's light to her. Okay. This is for Jessica Garcia. I hope you can really hear this message. As I'm looking at the rainbows, I'm not looking at one, I'm looking at several. And I've also got connections. I feel like I've just stepped into Spain on the mainland, to be honest. So I know there's connections that way in the Mediterranean minimum. Okay. And then they've skipped down to South America. So I don't know what's going on there, Jessica. But you're planning on doing something, spiritually speaking, for your development and progress and to help others. And Spirit saying, yes, just do it. We want you to do it, Jessica. Okay. Again, books and writing's a theme tonight because I'm looking back. They've just got my mind to look back. And there's a lot of stuff and a lot of aspects being written, Jessica. Okay. When you look back. And it's like, it's all there for you to utilize. And the most important thing is no limits. Please, whatever you do, Jessica, no limits. Keep your energies topped up at all times. Protect your mind, but no limits. Okay? Brilliant stuff. Thank you so much. Mel is there, 4:23. Are you still with us, Mel? 4:23 in the morning. Oh, Mel, what are you doing up at that time of morning? Lizzie's here. Hi, Lizzie. Thanks for joining us. Lovely to have you with us. Dolores Franz. I've got breath work coming in around you, Dolores, for some reason. Okay, Spirit's just stepped in and got me to do breath work. Okay, and I want to sit in the stillness. I want to sit in the power. And this is where you're at the moment, Dolores, okay? You know you've got your family and friends, guides and inspirers around you. And you can call upon them anytime, which you know you can. They're telling me she knows she can do this, Colin. Okay, she can call upon us anytime she wishes, like she does. Okay. and you've had phenomenally strong dreams and clear dreams over many years, and they come and go. But it's all to do with breath work at the minute and just breathing, okay? And somebody wants to say thank you, Dolores, for being present when they took their last breath. Okay, I really hope you can hear this one. Erica, is it Erica? Elrica from South Africa. Thanks for joining us. Hello, Elrica. Now then. Nice to have you with us. I'm just waiting to see what Spirit's got for you, Elrica. Right. Do you know what, Elrica? I've got to say this. They're starting to make my hands do mudras, hand mudras. Okay. And I know part connect to Buddhism, but it part connects to light language, etc. Okay. So can I say to you, I'm trying to find, I'm waiting for them to give me the correct, flow of words. Right. You're in a moment, Elrica, where new things, okay, new things are opening up for you. And when I say new things, what they're talking about is the new things to do with spiritual matters. Okay. And they want you to go for it. Just go for it. Because we know we've got, the healing, the spiritual healing, different types of mediumship, the psychic aspects, the cards, colors. There's all these sort of things. Okay. And it's like we can utilize all of them. But what Spirit's saying is it's the new things we want here to have, Colin. Okay. So please open up and embrace them. And I've got such a strong, I love this bit. I've got such a strong smell of coffee coming around me. And it's like in my nostrils. I'm sorry. It's in my nostrils at the minute. And they're laughing at you. So you've either got an adverse effect to coffee or you absolutely love your coffee, Elrica. Okay. And it's got to be strong. You're actually blessed if you're in South Africa because African coffee, some of it is some of the best on the planet. So, but I know somebody in Spirit also sits with you in the morning and you feel very inspired in the mornings, Elrica. Okay. And then it's like sometimes the energy peters out through the day as you're going through, and they're going, tell her not to worry because she's kind of riding these waves of energy at the minute, Colin. And so she'll feel up one minute, down the next, up and down. Okay. And they're going, and they're just saying to you, tell her not to worry. Please don't worry about it. Okay. Nothing wrong with you. It's something right with you. You're in tune with this cosmic dance. And I've got to say thank you and bye. So everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Quick hello to Rebecca Yates from Somebody in the World of Spirit, waving to you. We're going to go straight over now, guys. Making too much coffee. Well, it's funny you saying that because I nearly made a coffee before I came on here. And it was like 8 o'clock at night. And I thought, shall I? Normally I would, but on this case, I have to stop myself. So making too much coffee. There you go. Okay, brilliant. Heidi, lovely to have you with us, Heidi. Jenny Berlin, thank you so much to everybody. So if you've got any, we're going to do question and answer now or chat. So if you've got anything you'd like to put in the chat, please do. If you have any questions, please fire away and we'll do our best to get through it. Helen McPhee. Hi, Helen. Lovely to have you with us. Sorry, there was one what's just gone. Please tell us about the new course, Altered States, upcoming workshop, Journey of the Soul. So just before you leave, guys, we've got a lot of activity. Thank you, Christina. Forgot to do the advertising. So the Altered States, we've got a course coming up, which is a new course, 7 weeks, and it's to do with the altered states of consciousness or altered states of awareness. We'll be looking at the different kind of realms and vibrations and frequencies of the altered states from within us, expanding out into other dimensions and realms. And in that, hopefully each week we'll be channeling. So you'll have the opportunity to channel any information or transmit any spiritual aspects, what come through in that space. I'll be leading it. I'll be trying my best to encourage you all. They'll be quite informative. 7 weeks, okay, and I'm quite looking forward to this. So whether it's channeling or trance, what comes forward, it's fine. It'd be the perfect place to do it. we always protect the circle. We've got beautiful guides in that space. There's always a light shining, and we make it very sacred, or they make it very sacred and special. So that will be the altar states. That's coming up towards the end of the month. We've also got Journey of the Soul, which is a workshop, a one-day workshop. We've set this up for both European times and American and Canadian time. So it'll be 3 till 8 p.m. on UK time, which makes it probably 8, 9, 10 o'clock America time. And we'll be looking at, I've got to confess, I've got a bit of excitement about this one. We'll be looking at what the soul is and who we really are, and the journey which we've undertaken, and where we are at the moment, and where we may potentially be going in the future as far as the light of our soul. So it's literally journey to the light of our soul. And I'm hoping to make this quite a special workshop. So if anybody wants to join us, the bookings are open. We've also got a new mediumship course, kind of no nonsense mediumship course. We're just going to get on with it. That's 7 weeks also. So we'll be, if we need to, we'll look at the different aspects of our own mind, moving our mind through to different frequencies so we can really connect with spirit, bring spirit in and let them take over and guide us on our mediumship. So there's a lot of things going on with mediumship. There's that many aspects, but it doesn't have to be complicated at all or complex. It's not. It's very simple. We just need to do it. So that will be the essence of the mediumship course. So we'll be practicing. I'll do a PowerPoint presentation, talk, introduction, etc., and then we will be practicing on each session. Okay, we'll be doing it as a group on Zoom, and also maybe using one-to-one links in the. I don't normally like using the breakout rooms, but we may use them, and hopefully we'll invite some people on also, where people can, the attendees can get some practice in. It won't be open to the public. It'll be invited people to come in to receive messages. So that's that one. And we've got 2 other things coming on, which I also would like to speak about. And one is the Spiral of Reality. That will be a 2-hour workshop. It'll be on an evening. And I'll be explaining the spiral, what's called the Spiral of Truth, how we are spirals of energy. And we'll be diving deep into those aspects of spiral energies. And we'll be doing a spiral meditation on that one. And I've got one final one, which I forgot all about. Oh, interpreting symbols and signs. Seems to be quite popular. So the reason why we've put this one on, interpreting signs and symbols and signs, is because with respect, a lot of people have a tendency not to really they have trouble interpreting. I often get asked, Colin, how do I interpret these symbols and how do I interpret the messages from spirit and the information from spirit without making a mess of it and without interfering too much with the message? So we'll be looking at lots of different aspects regarding interpreting symbols and signs from spirit when we get them. So that's quite exciting. And there's other stuff coming up. We've got more talks on Cosmic Lounge, etc. Any other course or workshop for beginners? Yes, Helen. I'm so pleased you've just said that, because the one thing what's on my list tonight, which I haven't mentioned, I've mentioned all the rest, is potentially psychic and mediumistic awareness for beginners. It'll either be a course. I've got it down as a course. So please get in touch with us. Anybody's interested, send us your emails. If you want the information when it's up, we'll send it out to you. It's all there. It's all set up, basically ready. So we've already announced, I think, 3 things so far. We're staggering. We're just putting the information out in stages. So yes, Helen, hopefully you'll be able to make it. It's needed. It looks like a course on mediumship, psychic aspects and spiritual awareness is needed for beginners. So I'm more than happy to do it. There's a lot in it. I've got a lot of information, which I've, it's in a format over the years, and it's so beneficial. It's so helpful. Not only does it help people create a foundation, but make the foundation solid, and then whatever you're building on it, is also beautiful. So thank you so much. And of course, we've got lovely Jennifer Rose coming up, conversation and chat. Part 2 or part 5 or part 15 of our conversations. I don't know what it is, Jennifer. If you're still here, please put it in the chat because I can't think of it at the moment. And we've got connections with others. Can we finish the question that Francis had? Yes. Is it? Oh, did we get part 2 to it? Let's go for it. Let's put this up. Yes. So there's so much more coming up. We've also, just thank you, Sherry. We've also got, and I'm going to announce it, what's called Ethereal Virtual Centers. And there's amazing stuff going on that. Tomorrow is a crystal class with Melissa Callahan, who is an absolute beautiful soul, joined with Francis Beck. That's tomorrow. So please have a look at that and jump on that. Daily meditations with Pauline Barnfather. Thank you so much, Pauline. And Monday is a developing your spiritual gifts with Pauline and Trish O'Hara. And then Sue Townsend is put it as she does inspirational writing, open circles, etc. So please check it all out. And of course, we've got Annie Claire, who does the Moonface community. So let's go to this question. What? Hopefully you guys are still staying with us. So that's number 1. Yeah, thank you. So part 2. Of course, I'm seeing growing number. I personally believe that every human incarnation is special and important. No, but another. We all are. Okay. Therefore, every person incarnated now has a role to play in the ascension. We are all in this together, regardless of beliefs, opinions, mindset. I'm struggling to see. Right, here we go. I'm struggling to see how, if they are awake and know we are moving towards unity, how can they have this view? Am I missing something? Wolf, beautiful. Okay, Francis, thank you so much. Now then, I'm just going to ask to read this from the first part because I want to catch it as clear as I can. So we can see part 1, 2, and 3 again. And I'm going to read it aloud so everybody can hear it. So I'm seeing a growing number of supposedly awake people in the spiritual community refer to people as non-playing characters, NPCs, in a derogatory way, inferring that they have no purpose or role to play in humanity's ascension. Yes. I personally believe that every human incarnation is special and important, and no one is more important than another. We all are. Correct, 100%, Francis. Therefore, every person incarnated now has a role to play in the ascension. Correct. We are all in this together, regardless of beliefs, opinions, mindset. Absolutely, 100%. I love this, Francis. So I'm struggling to see how, if they are awake and know we are moving towards unity, how can they have this view? Am I missing something? Oh, no, you're not missing anything, Francis. You're not missing anything at all. So this might be, no, it'll be what it'll be. So my understanding is every soul on the planet is exactly what you've described, is as incarnated for a specific reason. Now we know we are forms and beings of light. We know that light has manifested the physical body, and we know the soul inhabits, surrounds, and permeates throughout the physical body and throughout the auric field, etc., etc. So therefore, if we say that in this way, each soul incarnated is playing an absolute 100% intricate part in this cosmic shift, this cosmic change. So this reference to NPCs, now this is where it gets slightly delicate, and this is the stuff I like personally. So now then, when we're talking about spiral of reality, spiral of truth, we know the consciousness either ascends or descends on the spiral of truth. And as it ascends, it's like it just takes one step on the spiral. So if we're a big, kind of imagine ourselves as a big spiral, and our consciousness is moving around it over, however, beyond time. What we're looking at is the expanse of awareness. And this, for me, is where this matters the most, what you're saying here. So, if we have a certain expanse of awareness, there's no reference to the NPCs because it's no longer applicable. And of course, I'm trying to be diplomatic here. But this is because it's also to do with density and light, okay, or delusions and clarity. My understanding is this. NPCs is a delusion of the mind. I'm going to get shot down for that one. Doesn't matter. What's happening is people are trying to put all the information together in order to create a picture within their own mind of who they are, what the external world is what the external world is going through, including when we talk about different realms, lower and higher, and dimensions and realms and cosmic beings, etc., etc., etc. The expanse. So the mind tries to understand what all these separate parts, so to speak. We know there's no separation, but the human mind has got a tendency to separate things and then piece it back together. So as it's piecing it together, it may come across a thought within itself, and of course, listening to others, NPCs might appear, non-player characters. Okay. Now, for me, there's no such thing as non-player character. It can't be. If it's in existence, it's playing a role. Whether it's a human, whether it's a soul, whether it's a cosmic being, whether it's simply energy, it's playing a role. And it's playing its equal, like you said earlier, Francis, is playing an equal and important role, or equally important, whichever way we do it. However, what we're looking at in the quest and the journey to ascend and expand consciousness, we're stepping over information which the mind can take on board and then reflect it back out. We can call it ignorance, we can call it delusions, we can call it whatever whatever term we give it. Ultimately, we know, and I know you, Francis, ultimately it's like, it's okay, that mind is thinking in that form. We know we've got 6 billion people, or 6 to 8 billion, so they say. I think it's a lot less actually, but however many, we've got several billion souls on the planet. Therefore, we've got several billion realities playing out. Our reality is different from the person next to us. What I would clearly say to you, though, is the only place an NPC exists is within the mind what perceives it to exist. This particular mind, as in Colin's mind, doesn't perceive NPCs. They don't exist to me. So I think what we're doing is we're seeing a lot of things out there in the world and on Facebook, on social media sites, all over the place. Everybody's just trying to piece the picture together. And some of this stuff, is not correct. It's incorrect. Ultimately, there is only one correct truth, pure truth. That's the correct truth. We all see truth from a different angle. So that's why we can say, well, my truth is right, and your truth is right, and your truth is right. But ultimately, truth is just made up of, a mass of frequencies. And when our consciousness attunes to those frequencies of truth, that's where we perceive our truth from. As soon as we move our mind, we're perceiving it from a different frequency, and therefore we perceive truth differently. So, interesting stuff. As we see others as an NPC, they also see us as NPC. It is perception. Totally, Annie. Totally. This is where we're back to perception of truth and reality. So, it's interesting stuff. We can't. What we're saying is a non-player character. This could open a full-blown conversation. Maybe we should bring it up, Arnie, on one of the talks. But when we're making reference to non-player character, non-player in what? Reality, the awakening process, etc., etc. Yeah, it is. It is. It's. If we go on that one, Francis, I did feel there was huge ego input. I was triggered when I first said it, and I sit with it and why. So grateful lesson graphic brought me. The thing is, what's happening, we know the ego, as this change takes place, the ego, let's wind backwards a little bit. So a 3D mind, generally speaking, will not be aware of its own ego. It's thriving, it's using its ego, it thinks to thrive, to get ahead in life, to gain whatever position it wishes to, on the ladder, so to speak, or whatever, whatever's going on with them. It's very interesting that when a lot of minds come into the spiritual space, as in they open up or they expand, they have a psychic event, whatever we refer to as, one of the very first things what they are challenged by, which many with respect don't know the challenge by, is their own ego. I want, because the grasping mind, I want this. I'm attached to that. I want, because the bringing part materialistic mind, and it's innocent. This is all innocent stuff. This has come from the conditioning of the system on the planet. The bringing part materialistic mind and way of thinking into the spiritual space. And the first thing what gets challenged is ego. And for many people, they don't see it. So spiritual teachings has always been, be mindful, be humble. Well, when Spirit is saying to be mindful and be humble, they're also saying, check the ego, check your ego. In that analysis and dissection, we can guarantee all of us have gone through some event in our life where our ego has been disturbed. It's come to the surface and it's been disturbed and it's been challenged, and we've had to move through it, and we felt better for moving beyond it. Virtually everybody, okay? And when I say virtually everybody, still some more to come. But in the spiritual space, the ego is the one what becomes prominent. And the reason why it becomes prominent is because the mind is stepping onto a path of light, and the light is then shining. What's the first thing it's going to shine on? The biggest thing inside somebody's mind. Because the biggest thing what's been driving a lot of people is the ego. So that's the first thing what gets lit up, so to speak. And if the mind is not consciously analyzing and mindful and watching and observant what's going on, then they're going to move through the space with their ego. The other thing, final bit, just to speed this up a little bit, because I think there's a relevant point, Francis. This business of people in the space using terminology which places them in an elevated position, and then it's self-elevation. There's a lot of terminology out there. This is one of them, the NPC. There's a lot of terminology out there in the space where people are placing themselves either above or further developed or more advanced than others. That can't be further from the truth. As soon as the mind begins to think like that, they're back at the starting gate. Straight away. So we can never be under the illusion that we are any better or any less than anybody on the planet. And we've got to bear in mind, we're a soul which existed throughout infinity, beyond time and space. So we still struggle to comprehend infinity. We just use that as a word. We can grasp it to a certain point. And of course, I've had, phenomenal experiences as far as the expanse of consciousness is concerned, and light and spirit and realms and dimensions. But as soon as Colin starts thinking he's clever, boom, in check. We've got to keep ourselves in check. And so there's a lot out there at the moment where some people, and I will say this now, some people respectfully, their egos are running away with them, and they're not being kept in check. But it's okay. When I perceive this, it's all okay, because at some point, there's that moment where we all hit a wall. We all hit the biggest mirror we can ever imagine, and it reflects the nature and the truth back to us of who we actually are. And that's the humbling experience. Often it can put us on our knees. And from that, we can be elevated and ascended, and have that gratitude and be grateful for existence and being not just a part, but being nature itself in the light. That we're talking a journey of light. Everything is about light. Every single thing is about light. And the ego's, all of ours, it's going to get challenged because it's got to be dissolved. The reason why it's got to be dissolved is because it's a figment of the imagination. It doesn't even exist in the first place. It's been some kind of odd built-in mechanism which we've created, the I, the mind, in its survival, in order to survive, has created this thing called the ego. And when we try to look for the ego, we can't find it. Yeah, I've heard that NPCs don't have a soul. Interesting, isn't it? I'm going to open this up. If anybody's interested, I'm going to open this up a slightly bit more. Now that you've just thrown that one in, Heidi. Yeah, me too, Sherry. Thank you, Francis. Brilliant question. So let's just go a bit further with this. If I can just have Heidi's comment back up, because that was an interesting. NPCs don't have a soul, I think it was. So Heidi, another good point. Let's wait for the question to come up. So basically, what we're looking at here when we say, or those what are saying NPCs exist, because there's two things here, isn't it? NPCs exist to them, and also NPCs don't have a soul. So that's a secondary thing. Wow, okay, non-player character, and they don't have a soul. What's going on here? Okay, the bit what this opens up, Heidi, is the soul. Now then, does humanity understand what the soul actually is? Has anybody ever seen a soul? Is it something tangible we can hold in our hand? Anybody found it? What we've done is used terminology to create something which we believe is pure in its essence and infinite and eternal. I think now we're at the point of starting to, and we're going to be going through this on the Journey to the Light of the Soul workshop, because this is what this one is all about. To be honest, the soul. What is it? Where is it? Where does it exist? Why does it exist? Etc. We're literally going to dive into the realm to understand and comprehend what the soul actually is, if there ever is a soul. Is it something what's been placed within the human psyche since time began, and from that we've taken it as it's something which we say the soul leaves the body, or the spirit leaves the body at the point of death. So we know something does, and it's right, it's energy. Everything is energy, obviously. It's what type of energy, what form of energy. So what we're looking at here is when we refer to NPCs don't have a soul, it opens the question of what is a soul, and therefore it goes back a step to NPCs, non-player characters. Is almost like what we're talking about is some kind of, we're going to be very, very careful with all this, because it's like we're falling. No, we are not. There's a potential to fall into a trap that there's a game being played and a game being set in the space we call this physical realm, the physical planet, the Earth. And we have to be extremely cautious about how we interact with it. And that's why it's so important to keep close to the light of your own soul. Really refine your intuition. Really refine your instinct, your gut instinct, and also keep us exceptionally as close to your spiritual guides and vibrate in its purest form with the light of spirit. So, Angie Thompson, I've seen spirit leave the body. Me too, Angie. Thank you so much, ID, and thank you for prompting that, Francis. That was a good one. We're gonna expand on that in the future. Sorry, we'll just have that last piece back. Anybody else? Any got any thoughts? Please fire away. If you are taken out of your body to another place and traveled, is it your soul that's traveling? If you're taken out of your body to another place. Okay, so good question, Helen. My understanding is what we're trying to do is define who we are. We're at that major point of defining who we are. Now, we can say we are a soul, we're a spirit, we have a mind, we have consciousness, we have awareness. There's a list of aspects of who we actually are when we narrow everything down. And then we go, okay, which one of these are we? At the moment, we're still searching for it, the truth of it. I don't believe anybody on the planet's got the truth of it. That's a bold statement, isn't it? Probably the closest one's what's got the truth. And some of you guys will laugh because they always say it. It's probably some Tibetan Buddhist monk meditating in a cave in the Himalayas. They probably know. Anyway, so if you're taking out your body to another place to travel, is it your soul that traveling? So it's an aspect of your consciousness, Helen. Okay. And the way we can liken this without opening this one too much, we are like fragments of the whole. So we can say, if we imagine the greatest infinite number of particles of energy we can imagine, and we represent each one of them. So we're kind of fragmented in the whole space. And yet, that is the collective whole. And all of those particles are the collective consciousness. Okay. So there's an aspect of our consciousness which is present right now, all of us at this minute, which is within a physical form. What we think is dense and heavy and solid, but it's not. It's a massive energy moving and vibrating at such a ratio that our mind is moving too slow. We're attuned to such a low frequency of awareness. That's why the physical body appears to be dense and heavy and solid. But there's another frequency of our consciousness or frequency of our soul, what sees all of this. And it's at one with all of them. So what we're looking at is when we travel, and I don't want to trip onto astral travel, but it's in there somewhere. When we're taking out the body to another place, it's like a part of our soul or a frequency of our soul consciousness is what's going to that other place. And a part of it remains in the physical body. And both are in tune with each other. So if we really want to open this up further, we can say we are conscious of every single particle of consciousness in existence right now, simultaneously. When Colin says right now, the reason why we are not conscious of it, and when I say like consciously aware of it in this moment, is because our focus of concentration is on this conversation. And if we moved our consciousness to other frequencies, like in the altered state, move our consciousness to some of the other frequencies and vibrations into the altered state of what we may refer to frequencies of the higher self. It doesn't matter, it's terminology. We're moving our mind to a different frequency. And as we move our mind to a different frequency, then we start to sense the whole and oneness, that bit clearer, that bit purer, that sensitivity becomes lighter to it. And we start feeling lighter. And as we start feeling lighter, we want more of it because that's who we are. We recognize that's who we actually are. And I know I've just gone slightly off a little bit, Ellen, but good question, Ellen. Thank you so much. Sherry Peters, I wasn't going to say anything, but now that we're here, Sherry, are NPCs the same as peer program life forms Like, where do robotics and AI enter the soul equation? Ah, Sherry. Or is it better answered in Zoom conversation? No, let's keep it here publicly. We're just energy. We are. Right. Okay. Just hold this one. I wasn't going to say anything, but now we're here. NPC is the same as PR. Program life form. You see what's happening here? It's expansion. Okay. Here's a better question. Where does consciousness and having a soul intersect? Okay, let's just press pause here. Let's go back to that first question, Sherry, and we'll cover this. If everybody's happy, I'm happy to go for it. Right. So your program life forms. So we can't say non-player characters are the same as such. Now, I'm cautious because obviously there's a reference to non-player characters, and when we say non-player characters don't have a soul, so I would personally like to ask the people or a person who's referring to non-player characters their opinion, their view of what's going on in their mind and how they perceive NPCs. Okay. Now, using my own kind of consciousness at this minute, so to speak, I feel like the NPCs are more humans without a soul. And I'm talking about as in reference, when people are referencing. For me, NPCs don't exist, but when people refer to them, that's how they're perceiving them. Maybe. Now then, so your program life forms are obviously exactly what you've just said here, Sherry. They are programming, systems of programs, which is, you just said it, robotics and AI. Now then, does the soul, and this is a brilliant one, is there a soul in AI? Is there a soul in a robot? Now we know AI is, at the moment, we believe AI is soulless, and it can never have, and it will never have the wisdom, creativity, emotion of a soul, as we understand the soul to be, up to its present form. Okay. Now, that's where I am with it. I agree with that. And that's why we're going to be, I'm exceptionally cautious with AI. It's very tempting, especially when you want to speed things up, etc. It's very tempting, but I'm very cautious and I haven't been tempted yet to use it as such. And I've got a lot of stuff what I would love to get done in 10 minutes rather than me spend all year trying to do it, but I still won't use it. Now that's a personal thing. So where does it enter? Where does the soul equation come into it? It brings us back to the question of what is the soul? Because if everything is energy and if everything is consciousness, what we're talking about is it is a piece of metal conscious. Okay. Now then, if we go a bit deeper and we go frequencies, wavelengths, particles, atoms, consciousness, okay, can a robot become conscious in its, not just in its ability to calculate, but in its physical, in its form, what appears to be its physical form, i.e. metal, okay, the structure of a robot? Are those properties consciousness as well? Okay, so I'm going to throw this in because my understanding is what happens is when the soul enters the body becomes animated, or the spirit, soul or spirit, doesn't matter. That's what animates us. That's what makes us move. Our arms, our legs, our mouth, everything, we become animated. Now then, if you take a rock, a stone, a piece of metal, whatever you want to take, something what appears to be solid and dense, we know it's an inanimate object. Where then is the soul in that object? And I think that's where the key is to this answer, to this question. It's the difference between an animated object and an inanimate object. If we go even further, then we can say, well, if you break a rock down and it goes down to original particles and it becomes energy, such and such, is it then at a certain point consciousness as well? That can't be dismissed, because if everything in the cosmos, everything in existence is consciousness, it means everything. But what we're looking at with robots and AI, at the moment, they are not animated. They're programmed to appear as animated. So it's like somebody's operating that. There's a program was getting the robot to move. When you look at it, its physical form, so-called. So the question here is about what actually is the soul, and how are we animated in relation to an inanimate object, if that makes sense. And then we can dive further in. It's a good point, Sherry. It's a good point. So is having a soul the same? Is having a soul the same as consciousness? Yeah, exactly. What is a soul? So what we've got here is we're looking at that list, what we said earlier: soul, spirit, mind, psyche, consciousness, awareness. Which one is it? Which one are we? Well, all of them, we can say. But let's break it down. Let's get to the source, because having 5 different options doesn't take us, doesn't give us the source. I think what's happening at the moment, I have my own view on it, which I'll keep to myself at the minute. But what I do know is we are getting closer to the source of that knowledge, shall we? Definitely. We're getting very close. So, trees and rocks of consciousness, but do they have a soul? That's why I'm asking about the intersection between the two. Exactly. Where is the intersection? Trees and rocks of consciousness, as we understand them to be. The question is there something else what we don't know of, what actually really animates us as a physical species? Because we're not seeing trees, with respect, we're not seeing trees get up and walk and jump on buses and get in cars, etc. So, and we know, and I'm the same, Jerry. I believe trees and rocks have consciousness. So there must be something what animates us. The question is, will that same thing animate AI and robotics? I don't believe at this stage of evolution that that's going to be the case, because we're not in a safe space yet. Once we're in a safer space evolutionary, then maybe it could take place. Just my thoughts. Spider bite. I also think our consciousness is carried through the water. Correct, 100%. I agree with you. Spider bite. The water all around us, including the clouds, but they may carry human emotions, just a thought. No, totally. What we're talking, when we go to this point, we're talking about the space itself, the ether itself. Back to the ether again. Carrying wavelengths, frequencies, and vibrations of our thoughts and emotions, which is thoughts and emotions, consciousness itself. And then if we throw awareness into it, what's the difference between consciousness and awareness? I'm not asking a question, I'm just throwing it in. So you're right, Spider bite. Yeah, Francis. Yes. Angie. Yes, I believe we come here after reincarnation with a soul telepathy as well. So, of course, Angie. Yeah, we are infinite beings of consciousness. We can sense and feel. We know we can sit here right now and sense what somebody in the same house is thinking. We can sense their energies. We can sense somebody, what's happening, energies in our own town, village, city, or whatever, and across the world. Wherever you are, just think of the opposite side of the planet, and you can spontaneously sense someone's thoughts and feelings and even events in real time. Amazing stuff. We're on the brink of it. We are on the brink of it. The light, and the most beautiful thing about this is all about the light. The light is giving us the clarity to begin to perceive and understand this. And the more people awaken, respectfully, it's not always the best word to use, but the more people experience the expanse of their own consciousness, there's a multiplication factor to light. It's just going to carry on until this realm, this plane of existence, what we call the earth, is predominantly filled with light. That's part of the reason why we've all come. And there's no rush. We don't have to go into panic mode. We don't have to rush to do this and do that. We don't need to put ourselves under pressure in any way, shape, or form. Thanks. I've asked that for you, John. I don't want to come around there. Thank you, Spider-Bite. I love that name, Spider-Bite. Seems strange, doesn't it? Thank you, Spider-Bite. Brilliant stuff. Any more questions? I think we're going to be wrapping up within the next couple of minutes. So, guys, I don't know how many of you stayed with us. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you to Ava, who's been in the background, bringing the questions up, bringing all your names up. Could you please explain ear ringing? Mine are quite loud currently. Okay. Yes. Yeah, of course. Spider. So the ear ringing is several things. One is the close proximity of spirit around you, and just letting you know you're there. That can be seen as a sign. The second one of the common reasons is the sending energy and using that position on your physical form to, let's say, turn the frequencies up, to tune certain frequencies in because of this ascension, this expansion, what's taking place. So there'll be, they can literally project energy. We feel it and become aware of it as a ringing, and yet what that ringing is actually a wave and frequency of energy, which then alters our frequency in some way, shape, or form. So that's becoming very common recently, funny enough, Spider. So there's two aspects. The other one, we can also say it may be healing frequencies, what may be needed to be, what can be brought in through that position on the body. Okay. And of course, sometimes people can see it as a warning sign. Some people can read it as what they're saying in this precise moment. It rings true. That old saying, oh, that rings true. So when somebody says something and your ears start ringing, sometimes it can be interpreted as, oh, what that person is saying is correct. And I'm not saying it about myself for that. I'm correct what I'm saying. So don't take it that way. We all do it. It's like, actually, something what that person is just saying. And it rings true. That's, So, and a few other kind of things. So they're the basic ones. Angie, okay, we're here to go. There's a lot of light workers coming in. Angie, so sweet. We are here to grow. Angie, we have to be careful with that. We have to be careful because our 3D way of thinking tells us we've got to learn, we've got to grow, we've got to do this. We've always got to be doing something. So, and I totally agree to a point with you, which I know I've just said I totally agree, which means I'm 99%. Joking, right? We're here to be. We just need to be. Because we are the light. We are the light. We are a formless form of light energy. And if we perceive ourselves as these shimmering beams, vibrating, filled with a multitude of spirals and all geometric patterns and shapes, all with our awareness and consciousness flowing through it, radiating a massive divine celestial colors, and we just need to be, because we are. So, beautiful comment, Angie. There's another one. Did I see another one? Right then. Great topics. Brenda, thank you so much for everybody what stayed with us, for everybody what's been present. Thank you so much. Please, whatever you do, protect your minds, look after it. Don't be drawn into low density vibrations and distractions too much, because I know some of you like to dive in the rabbit hole. Me too. Yes, thank you, Francis, and to Ava, Angel. Protect your light and do what is comfortable for you. Absolutely do what is comfortable for you. Big changes are here. So, and it's us. We are the change. Thank you so much. Lots of love to all of you. And we look forward to seeing you very soon. Check out the groups and the workshops. There's some up already, and we'll be posting more in the next 24, 48 hours. Lynn, lovely to have you with us. Thank you so much. On behalf of me, Ava, and from the Cosmic Lounge, and most of all, on behalf of these cosmic beings standing around all of us, and thank you for your questions and thoughts and sharing. We are the change. Lots of love. See you soon. Bye-bye.